have recommended it. I've put it on my Instagram. I've told all my friends about it as well. I've been using the Sunbum SPF30 for body for 30 days. I really love the texture. It worked for myself and my husband, so I think it's a good all-rounder. And I love the fact that it's reef-friendly, which is something that was really important to me when I was in the Maldives. So I wanted to try the Sunbum SPF30 for the body because this is the product I'd heard most about, and it is the bestseller. And it definitely lived up to that. It smells incredible, it absorbs really quickly, and it's not too sweet either for a summery tropical scent. When I first said I wanted to try this, I wanted to take it on my honeymoon so me and my partner could use it, but I was a little bit conscious that it might be too sweet for him, the scent, but it wasn't at all, and he reached for it far more than I actually did. It has got a tropical summery scent, but it is quite subtle and not overbearing. Something else that really was important to me while I was away, because I was in the Maldives, is that it's a reef-friendly sunscreen, and they're actually selling it on the island, which was like a tiny island. So that was really important to me when I was there, that I was kind to the environment that I was in.
I have been using the Sunbum Moisturizing Original Lotion SPF30 for 30 days. I, as a person who ride a motorbike, whenever it was raining but the UV index was high, felt quite safe to know that my face and neck were protected while I was riding. So with recent weather in Wales, it was quite difficult to test it during the whole month, but I did get a couple chances to test it, and I will say I did notice that it was water resistant. I also ended up reading up on it on the internet, and I found that it is water resistant up to a point. It's not like it's going to last you the whole day, but it is there, so you can have that protection while you're out swimming, while you're at a pool, whatever it is. With UV indexes, as long as you check it and make sure, hey, I should wear something to protect my skin, you'll be fine. I will say though, the packaging is very sort of store-like, or it's very sort of generic sunscreen-like. I do absolutely love it compared to other sunscreen products that just sort of focus on like a bland white or a bland yellow packaging. Sunbum has the whole thing of like putting a sunny on there, having that little wood accent, and it all sort of looks really nice. And I will say that as a premium product, I did notice that the sunscreen itself, the texture of it felt much better than sort of the store-bought stuff you can find.
This was really easy to fit into my routine. I applied it in the morning before going out for the day, but I also reapplied it in the middle of the day to top up my sun protection. It feels really moisturizing on the skin, kind of like a body moisturizer, just with that added benefit of sun protection. It isn't too pigmented that it leaves white cast, and absorbs really nice and actually gives your skin a really lovely sheen, which I quite liked on my legs. So it's a cream consistency, but it blends in really easily and really quickly. It doesn't take any effort at all. I wouldn't say that it dries down. It definitely leaves your skin with a nice dewiness and leaves it feeling really hydrated. Something that stands out for me when reflecting back on using it is something that Simon, my husband, said, something he's conscious about because he's quite a hairy man, is when he works in sunscreen, sometimes it can get like caught up in his hair, and he said for this one it absorbed really well and easily, and it wasn't something that he was conscious about.
So I ended up putting it on in the mornings before I left the house. Of course, I have to check the UV index, because if the UV index was very low, I sort of went back to my moment of I'll put on a little bit but not everywhere. But if it was really high, I would put it on everywhere. The product itself is a little bit oily when you first put it on, although it does sort of feel like it moisturizes your skin, and then it sort of starts soaking into your skin after that. It doesn't sort of sit on there. It does have a chemically smell like some sunscreens do, because it's not a mineral sunscreen, which mineral sunscreens, of course, normally don't have that chemical smell to it. A little bit of like, it smells fruity, but you can tell there's a little bit of that sort of chemical smell to it that you normally get with a sunscreen.
I would recommend it, and I have recommended it. I've put it on my Instagram. I've told all my friends about it as well. Because this is a body SPF, and I don't tend to put body SPF on every single day, I probably wouldn't keep using it, but I'm definitely going to keep it. And on days where, you know, my legs may be out and exposed, then I'll definitely reach for it, and I would repurchase it as well for my next holiday.
I would definitely recommend it. I have actually recommended it to my sister because I have two nephews, so I have recommended it because I know the Sunbum is sort of, they do charity work in schools and stuff like that, so I thought this is going to be perfect for her to take a look at it, because I know that she normally would buy differently branded sunscreens, and I know that one of my nephews is highly allergic to a lot of things, so I told her, you know, test a little bit of it, see if it works. If it does, use it. I would definitely buy it again.